We've all been trapped in a conversation where two sides are locked in a standstill. You state your demands, they state theirs. Neither side budges. The harder you push, the more you grind against each other. To break that cycle, we can use a structural communication technique from Neuro-linguistic Programming, or NLP, known as chunking. In this video, we are going to build a step-by-step visual negotiation map that will help you take a rigid, frustrating argument and restructure it into a mutual agreement. Right now, grab a pen and a piece of paper. Think of an active conflict or an upcoming negotiation you need to resolve, and hold that specific situation in your mind. Mapping the conflict on paper forces the brain to treat the problem as an objective, solvable system rather than an emotional battle. Before you even speak, pay attention to the physical setup of the room. Arrange the chairs so you sit at an angle to the other person, rather than directly across from them. This removes the spatial metaphor of two people physically opposing each other. Step 1 is to set your positions. On the left side of your paper, write down your specific demand. On the right side, write down theirs. Look at this diagram. This represents the baseline of your conflict. You have your first position, and they have their second position. Right now, you are miles apart. Step 2 is chunking up. Instead of arguing over specific demands at the bottom of the page, we uncover the positive intention driving those demands. We do this by moving upward, shifting focus from small details to larger goals. To guide this shift, you ask one specific question. Suppose you had what you're asking for. What would that get for you? Listen to their answer and ask it again. Repeat this process until you uncover a fundamental need. This aims to uncover a high-level positive intention both parties can endorse, creating a point of shared agreement. Establishing this common ground is mandatory. Attempting to debate specific details without a high-level goal usually dooms the negotiation. Step 3 is anchoring. Take that new shared agreement and write it down on a physical whiteboard or a shared document where both of you can see it at the same time. You are now sitting side by side, physically facing a shared problem instead of fighting each other. To verbally lock this anchor in the place, we use an NLP communication skill called backtracking. Summarizing someone else's intent using your own words or paraphrasing subtly replaces their meaning with yours. This creates friction. As this graphic shows, paraphrasing relies on your words, causing friction. Backtracking requires restating their key points using their exact words. Repeating their exact vocabulary acts as a psychological anchor. It proves you are actually listening, and it validates their perspective within their own model of the world. Step 4 is chunking down. A high-level shared agreement points you in the right direction, but it won't hold up in practice if it isn't translated into concrete actions. To move to this step, you ask, in light of our shared agreement, what is a specific example of how we can achieve this? We take the goodwill of that shared agreement and we drill down from the general concept back into the specifics. Because you are now working from a common foundation, you can negotiate specific agreements that satisfy the core needs of both parties. Step 5 is future pacing. You need to verify this isn't an incongruent agreement, a situation where someone just says yes so they can end the argument and leave the room. You prevent this by asking, how will we know this agreement is working? You agree on an objective evidence procedure. This could be a specific metric you track or a check-in date scheduled for 2 weeks out. Once that evidence procedure is set, your negotiation map is complete. Chunking down takes the abstract concept of your shared agreement and translates it into a binding, measurable contract that actually survives in the real world. Look down at the piece of paper you started with. You now have a complete, functional negotiation map. What began as a messy, emotional clash of opposing demands now presents itself as a clear, logical structure. You chunked up to find common ground, and you chunked down to forge a realistic, specific compromise. Take this map into your next meeting, anchor the shared problem in the room, and make sure you backtrack using their exact words. Ultimately, elite negotiation rests on systematically restructuring the core problem until it yields a realistic solution where both parties truly succeed.